Okay. Uh, okay. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, great. So, as you know, Skandagiri, your batch is called Skandagiri 4, and it'll be happening from April 9th to April 14th. Um, our campus in Skandagiri is actually one of our most comfortable camps and designed for, this age group of 9 to 11-year-olds. Because it's like, very close to Bangalore Airport. It's about 1.5 hours away from Bangalore Airport at the foothills of the Nandi Hills, and about 2.5 hours away from Bangalore City. So it's a very conveniently located, really beautiful property. This is just a little snapshot of the campus. If you can see these tents, this is what the accommodation looks like. We'll obviously have separate accommodation for boys and girls. And this can comfortably fit about 5 to 6 kids. And also it has attached washrooms at the back so that kids don't have to, step out in the middle of the night if anything urgent. Yeah, so this is just a little overview of the place. It's a really cozy campus with a good common area, a lot of space to play, very comfortable tents with attached bathrooms. Um, and yeah, this program, we have, I think, 22 participants at the moment, 10 boys and 12 girls. And I think almost 20 of the participants are from Bangalore itself. We have one person coming in from Kozhikode, Kerala, and one from Mysore. So that's great because all of you can, travel together right from the beginning and start getting to know one another. So I just want to walk you through a typical day on the Skandagiri camp and how it'll work. So we usually have an early start to the day. So kids wake up around 5:30 in the morning, have a little beverage, whether that's milk or tea or hot chocolate with some biscuits, before doing a short warm up, what we call Chota Hazri, which is a really fun way to exercise and start your day and just get your stretches in. Um, and then kids prepare for the day with a hearty breakfast. So we usually do a buffet style meals for all meals. And we have both veg and non-veg options. And if there are any specific requests also for food, if there's any gen requirements or anything, we take care of that as well. Um, and the first half of the day after breakfast, once the kids are ready, you'll be split into groups where you will go for your outdoor activities, what we call our wow activities, which are the adventure activities that I'm sure you're all very excited about. And these usually take place for the first 2, 3 hours of the day. We try to get an early start before it gets too hot. And you will be doing activities like outdoor survival, bouldering and rock climbing, low ropes course and zip lining, and hiking and trekking as well. I'll walk you through the activities in detail in a little while as well. So this is typically the first half of the day, and we take the kids outside of camp for these activities for most of it, other than the low ropes course, which happens on campus itself. Then you will come back to campus around 12:30, where you can enjoy your lunch and get a bit of time to rest, take a shower, relax. We usually recommend that, kids don't take a shower first thing in the morning because you are spending the whole day outdoors. You are bound to get a little bit muddy and dusty. So it's always good to have your shower around lunchtime once you're back at camp. And lunch again, we have a lot of options. Food is very tasty. We keep it as nutritious as possible as well, with always options for dal, roti, sabzis, paneer, once in a while chicken curry for whoever wants, as well as on special days we do Chinese or pasta as well. Um, so the second half of the day, once kids are freshened up and relaxed a bit, is when we do what we call cool time activities, which are more recreational activities that they can enjoy on campus itself. So this is a mixture of arts and crafts, tie-dye, rifle shooting, archery, and so on. Again, you do it in your groups, and it's every day you'll do a new activity on camp. And every alternate day, we also take a little bit of time to reflect on the program, on, how you're working together, what you're learning, if you're facing any challenges, and how, you might be also growing and learning throughout the program. So this is a typical afternoon at Inme. Um, and then at 5, you break for some tea and snacks to enjoy, some biscuits and everything to keep your energy levels up. And in the afternoon, we do a lot of games. So minute to minute games. Sometimes you'll have a talent show one day. So come prepared for that. Football, volleyball, all the games that you can play on campus in groups. Followed by a soup and again a buffet dinner, and lights off by 9 p.m. sharp so that you get a good night's sleep for the next day. Um, okay, great. So now I just want to take you through the main activities that you'll be doing over the day. So children, you will be split into the groups. We will assign the groups ourselves because we also want you. I know some of you might be coming with your friends, some of you might be coming alone. So this is a great way to sort of meet new people and also work well with your instructors. Um, so the first activity is bouldering and rock climbing, where you learn a lot of the climbing equipment, the ropes that we use during the activity, and you will practice these on rock faces that are usually about 10 to 15 feet high. Again, under the proper guidance of instructors, and you'll be wearing harness and helmets throughout. Um, with as well as crash pads will be on the ground to take care of all the safety. And instructors are always, because these are not very high boulders and are perfect for this age group, instructors are always just an arm's length away for everything. And this is usually the most favorite activities loved by the kids. Um, the second activity which they will do is hiking and trekking, where they learn the walking techniques of uphill and downhill, as well as a few survival techniques. So, how to read maps, how to pitch a tent, how to sort of prepare for being in the wild. And usually on this day, kids also do a visit to a local temple, and it's part of the activity. Um, on the day they do low ropes course, I'll just show you if you can see this picture right here of this little boy. This is sort of a low to the ground sort of obstacle course that allows kids to sort of test their agility and their strength while also having fun. And this also includes the zip lining activity on campus itself, which is also one of the top favorites. And the last activity that they do is basic outdoor survival skills. So this is again a bit more about how to get by in the wilderness. So they learn walking techniques, they learn shelter making, like how to sort of make a shelter with a poncho, how to, cook food in the wild, how to identify water sources and then sanitize water to be able to drink, how to start a fire without matches. So all sorts of skills that are very important to learn. Okay, great. Um, Also want to just walk you through, the safety. I'm sure you've all talked to, various members of the Inme team about this because it's the most important part of our programs. We've actually been doing camps for kids for almost 30 years now and started in 1996 and under the Inme brand since 2009. So we've worked with about 120,000 children over the course of the years. So safety is of the utmost importance to us. As we mentioned before, we keep a very strict adult to child ratio of 1:6. And this doesn't mean that 6 kids will only be looked after by one instructor, but there will be an adequate number of instructors who are all highly trained in outdoor education, experiential education, and wilderness, as well as internally trained by us on sensitivity training of how to work with kids. We do about 5 of these trainings every year. So all our instructors are, really top notch. We also have an adequate number of female instructors on campus as well. And our campus chief will be sort of the head of the program and will be overseeing everything throughout the program. When it comes to transport, so I think it's for this program, it's pretty simple because most of the participants will be coming in from Bangalore itself, and we have a very trusted third-party provider. It's very comfortable AC buses that will take you to camp and bring you back at the end of the program. Um, and the bus will be equipped with snacks and water and everything in case of everything. We also use very top quality equipment for all the activities that we do. So this includes ropes, carabiners, helmets, harnesses, and for us, like I said, we take safety very important. So if there is any tear in a harness or like a crack in a helmet, we never rip fix it. We are always buying new ones and ensuring that everything is up to the standard and up to the mark. And these checks are done frequently at the beginning and end of every program. We also have a resident doctor on the campus. So if there is any child who has in the form filled out any medical requirement or is on any medication, that is something you can bring to campus with you and inform the doctor, and he will make sure that you are taking your dosage or, as and when required. And as well as if there's any um, incident on camp. So, this is an outdoor camp. You will be in the outdoors. You will be doing things you've not done before. So, getting cuts and bruises is a part and parcel of the experience. Actually, we call them badges of honor. It means that you're, really stepping up to the challenge. But obviously, in case of any of that, the doctor is there to provide you with bandages, provide you with everything you need. And if in case you do feel a little sick, get stomach aches or a fever or a cold, again, we're equipped with all the basic medications. And anything small we will usually handle on campus. If there is a more serious medical emergency, then obviously we inform the parents immediately and we take your input on how to move forward on if they need to visit a medical facility or if antibiotics need to be given, then parents are informed immediately before taking next steps. Great. So the accommodation, I already showed you a picture of the tents. Like I said, it has an attached washroom. And boys and girls are housed separately. The tents are comfortable, but we don't promise, any sort of luxury experience. And also it is the kids' responsibilities to keep their personal belongings clean and, keep them safe as well. We do, obviously, this is an outdoor camp, so you can expect an occasional spider or an ant in the washroom or in the room. This is all completely normal. And we also, this is another part of what I'm going to come to, which is we really insist that you don't bring any sort of junk food or any food from home to the camp, because we will be providing you with all 4 meals, snacks, drinks throughout the program. But also, if you are keeping junk food in the tent, then the chances of the creepy crawlies coming in is even higher. So we really encourage you to not get any snacks from. And you will also have an award for best tent at the end. So it's really important that you keep it clean. So, like I mentioned, I give you a few examples of the kind of food we serve. The menu is designed to keep up the kids' energy levels because they will be expending a lot of energy throughout the program because we keep them active from almost 6 in the morning till 8 at night. So there's always a lot of options, and and every meal, instructors are watching over the kids and even serving the kids to ensure that kids are eating adequately, because if you don't eat, then you're not going to have energy for the program, and then you're not going to enjoy your experience, right? So this is something we really monitor. And we also provide, like, aside from the four main meals, frequent snacks, and we keep you hydrated throughout. Nimbu pani, water, orange juice, and everything is provided. And if you're ever hungry in between a meal, you can always come to an instructor and ask them, for anything. Participants are also encouraged to wash their own dishes, and at the end, this is also just a part of the experience of becoming a little bit more independent and staying away from home. Um, So, for the travel plan, we will be departing from Bangalore around 10 in the morning. So, the reporting time will be at 9 a.m. This is so that the kids can get to camp by lunchtime, enjoy a good lunch, and take their time to settle into camp as well. We'll be sharing the exact departure details, in a few days, with all the information of the points in which we can all meet. Um, and I think outstation participants already know, have already booked their tickets and are well aware. The journey will take about 2.5 hours from Bangalore city. And we, like I said, have snacks and water throughout the journey for anything, as well as if there are any kids who feel this is a very comfortable drive, because it's mostly on a flat road, and the camp is, like I said, it's not very uphill. But if there's any motion sickness or any, we have all of that as well. And they will travel in very comfortable AC luxury buses. The last part I want to mention, which is actually one of the most important parts, is for both parents and participants, is, our expectation settings. So your expectations of what you have for the program, as well as what we expect out of, participants. One, most importantly, is our communication guidelines. So before you registered, as you know, there is no direct communication between the parent and the child, because this is a tech-free and gadget-free campus, and it is part of our philosophy that kids get, this 1 week in nature, making new friends, having this exposure and experience without, any sort of gadgets to interrupt that. So a digital detox, if you will. And part of that experience is also to, learn a little bit of independence. So there is no direct communication between parents and children, unless in case of exceptional circumstances or an emergency. However, we will be creating a WhatsApp channel, which was sent to you in the previous orientation message. It'll also be shared on the chat below here. So if you are not a part of that, please join it. And it's where we will be sending all communication for the program. Once the program has started, we will be sending daily updates on that channel. So we'll send an update at 11 in the morning and one at 6 in the evening. And we share pictures every evening as well at 6. So this communication will not be, a detailed note on every single child. It'll be a more general thing on what the kids are up to, what the groups have done today, what they've been eating, and if there are any medical updates, weather updates, and so on. Obviously, if there are any concerns, I'm your point of contact, and you all have my number, so you can reach out to me personally if in case of any concern. And yeah, like I mentioned before, our camp is very comfortable, and it is designed for this age group to make it as convenient for them as possible. But we don't promise any sort of luxury or resort kind of accommodation, right? It's part of the outdoors and part of the learning. And yeah, I mentioned the communication and updates as well. Also, yes, in every picture that we send, it'll be pictures. We'll send group pictures. We'll also send a few individual pictures. You might not always spot your child in the pictures, That means there's nothing to worry about. It's always a no news is good news kind of mentality for us. Sometimes we take group pictures and someone might have rushed to the bathroom or rushed to get a drink of water. Um, so they will be somewhere there, maybe just not in the actual picture that is being sent. Um, like I said, we have a very strict no gadgets, no phones policy. So if the kid is traveling from out of station to Bangalore, they can have their phone on them while traveling, and we will collect it at Bangalore airport. For all the kids who are coming from Bangalore itself, we really encourage, I mean, it's a rule, sorry, no phones, no gadgets, no Apple or any sort of trackers, fitness trackers, because, sorry, these can get damaged while they're doing the activities. So this is a non-negotiable. Obviously, this is a very outdoorsy activity engaging camp. So a little jogging, stretching. So sorry. Is part of getting ready for the program. Um, we also have a zero tolerance for bullying and indiscipline. Obviously, kids are meeting for the first time, making new friends. There might be a few fights here and there or arguments. That is part and parcel of the experience, and the instructors handle that as best as they can. If there are instances of bullying or serious misbehavior, then we have a zero tolerance policy, which means that your child will be sent back home, and also will not be able to attend Inme camps in the future. Like I mentioned, no junk food or tuck, please. We take care of all the food requirements and we serve very tasty, great food. We always get great reviews on this, especially. So, all of that will be handled. And if there are any specific dietary requirements, we will take care of that as well. Kids usually don't need any pocket money during the program because we take care of everything. Some parents do want to send kids with a little bit of money in case they want to buy some merchandise at the end of the program, like an Inme t-shirt or a cap. Or if they are traveling or flying in and out of Bangalore, then you can send some money so that they can have some meal at the airport. Um, but this money also, if you are sending it, please kids deposit it with the instructor and you will get it back at the end of the program because we don't want to take any responsibility for it and we don't want you also to lose it, in the hustle and bustle of the tent and the camp and everything. Great. So I think that was it from my side. Very sorry for the coughing. I'm gonna stop my screen sharing and oh, right. One second. I'm also gonna share the kit list so that you can also get an idea of the things required for camp. Just give me one second. Okay. Hope everyone can see my screen again. This is the list that we have sent for things you need to prepare for and maybe buy for the camp itself. This is the apparel they will need. So 6 to 7 t-shirts so that they can, change and shower every day. 2 to 3 pairs of shorts, which is for when they are on camp and, playing around, because it will be, pretty hot. Um, 3 track pants for when they go out into the outdoors and do the activities. This is recommended so that it minimizes any sort of scratches and bruises from packs. All of this is sort of just the basic stuff: 6 to 7 pairs of socks, one quick dry towel for when we shower, a cap for the heat, sufficient undergarments, 2 pairs of night clothes, one sweatshirt just for the night times. It's not going to be very cold, but this is just good to have, and one raincoat because the weather can be a little unpredictable at times. When it comes to footwear, I know I've gotten some questions on this already. The kids do require one very comfortable pair of rubber sole shoes that is in good condition. Ideally, not something that is new, so that they've already had time to break it in and won't have any, issues with that. This is what they will be wearing when they're going outdoors for their activities. We also recommend one pair of the hiking sandals, or just, regular strap sandals, as you can see on the image on the right. This is recommended over flip-flops or Crocs because this is only going to be used when kids are on campus. But again, they are playing around, they're doing a lot of activities, and these sandals really minimize any falls or any tumbles or any, injuries. So it is definitely needed instead of flip-flops or Crocs. They can carry a toiletry kit with their toothbrush, toothpaste, comb, lip balm. Sunscreen is definitely a must, and a mosquito repellent bug spray. We will have this on camp as well, but you're free to carry it. A pair of sunglasses for when when they're trekking and stuff during the day. A torch or a headlamp for the night, and one personal water bottle that can, for them to take out in their during the day when they're stepping out for their activity. Um, so when it comes to sleeping bags, like I mentioned, kids will be staying in tents. We will provide sleeping mats on the floor, and kids usually put the sleeping bags on top of that, and it's a very comfortable night's sleep. There are two options for the sleeping bags. So we do have sleeping bags on campus. However, these are not new, and they are reused by every program. After every program, they're obviously fully sanitized and laid out in the sun to dry. But they are not brand new sleeping bags, and kids can use this if they want. The alternative is that participants buy their new sleeping bags for the journey. Actually, we also provide the sleeping bags on our merch website. And if you choose to opt for this, the sleeping bag will be delivered on camp itself. So then there's no need to carry it with their stuff. And this is a inflatable pillow. It's recommended if, kids are used to sleeping with pillows, because the sleeping bag will not always have that option. Again, if there are any medications you are on, please provide those details with the name of the medicine. And this will be deposited with the doctor the moment you get to camp, and he will make sure that you are taking it as required. If you wear specs, then please carry an extra pair just in case, something happens or you fall or they break during the program. And if you can get the spectacles with the straps attached so that, it'll prevent you from losing it, that's even better. So a small backpack, just for the daily use of going out when you're going out for the activities, to carry your water bottle, carry your stack, carry any medications, your sunglasses, etc. And we also recommend that the main packing, like everything you carry, is carried in a rucksack or a duffel bag, and not a trolley bag, because the campus is rugged terrain and this bag will be in your tent for most of the program. But we really recommend that you don't carry things in a trolley bag. Um, if you have any questions about the kind of rucksack, then we can share a few links or, suggestions as well. I think cash I had touched on before. Yes, and no mobile phones. Also, no jewelry, please, because again, this will be your responsibility, and we would not like you to lose anything that is precious or expensive. So these are all do not carry. Um, And yeah, if you want to carry a camera, that is on you, and at your own risk. Please do so if you feel you can take care of it properly. Yes, and you can carry, if you are carrying your phones and you want to deposit it with the instructor, then please make sure you carry it in a Ziploc bag with your name on it. And if you're flying in and out, please carry your copy of your ticket as well as your Aadhaar card for identification. Um, Great. I think that is it. This is just a little bit on our own website where we do have a lot of the things that you can buy for the program. This is just one of the options. Alternatively, you can look at Decathlon or Nike or Adidas or any of these companies. Okay, I think that is it from my side. I think we can start the Q&A now. So if anyone has any questions that they've not asked in the chat, you can just raise your hand and I'll call on you.
Hi, Aditi.
Hi, Nitin.
Sorry, I didn't know where to raise my hand from.
No worries.
What kind of ventilation will the children have in these tents? Are there fans or something?
Yes, the tents have fans and they also have sort of windows that you can roll up with. It'll have a little bit of mesh, provide to stop insects from coming in, but it provides good ventilation in the tent itself as well as fans.
Okay. And would it be okay if the parents kind of messaged the instructors and asked anything in particular about the kid? Will there be that channel at all?
So we really make a note that parents do not contact the instructors directly because they are very busy at camp, actively looking after the kids, taking them on the activities and so on, which is why I will be your point of contact. I'll be in Bangalore itself, but I will be in touch with the campus chief every day. So if there's any concerns, you can reach out to me and I will check in with him. So everything will go through me.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. This was informative.
That's good to know, Aditi. And quick one, if we need to know, let's say one of the children, God forbid, falls sick, right? And you give them the medication, will the parent be informed?
Yes. So if it's like I said, if it's something minor, if it's like a cold or a stomach ache and they just need a dietine or something, and if we think it is just a one-off thing for the night, usually we just provide the medication, see how they feel. Like I said, if it's something more serious, if it's continuing on to the next day and it's not getting recovered, they need to be given some sort of antibiotics or anything, then we will inform you first. Take your input on what you think we should do, what best we should do, and then proceed.
Can we give a medicine kit with the doctor's prescription, Aditi, so that based on that you can give the medicines if in case?
Yes, sure, ma'am. You can send that along in a pouch, and that can be handed over to the doctor as soon as they get the cap. Okay. I hope questions in the chat have been answered, Subbu. Okay. Anyone has any other questions or concerns?
Yes, I have a question. Do they have to carry a rucksack as well as a small backpack?
Yeah. Ideally, we want them to carry everything that they're packing in a rucksack. And the small backpack is for when they step out for their daytime activities, just so that they can carry their water bottle and a snack and their sunglasses and just the small things they need. But yes, we ideally recommend that you carry everything in a rucksack itself.
Okay, thanks.
Can I wear slip-in shoes instead of sandals?
Yeah, Aditi?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
my son, he is not very comfortable with sandals. He's okay if he carries Crocs because he's very much used to Crocs, and sandals he gets shoe bites very easily. Shoes he will carry, but with sandals.
Subbu will answer.
Sorry. So Crocs are something that we generally don't recommend because there's no fixed ankle support to it, right? Like towards the back of the ankle, children, if it is like something like a sandal, by default, children have to wear that strap and it fixed. But there are chances that sometimes when they're running around in the campus, they kind of slip off, right? But again, Crocs also has got a back strip, right? So in case of he's comfortable, he kind of remembers it. Sure, not an issue.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyone else?
Hello, Aditi ma'am. My name is Ira actually.
Hi.
Hi, can I wear earrings?
Sure, you can, but like I said, they'll be your responsibility. So if they're earrings that you wear every day that you don't take off, then sure, go for it. But if it's something that again is expensive or something that you take off at night and put on again in the morning, I would recommend that you don't carry it. But if you feel like you can take care of it, then sure, go for it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, the instructors will be ensuring hydration. So, like I said, they start the day off with beverages, and then this is one of the most important aspects of the program because it is going to be, slightly warm temperatures. So the kids have multiple options, carry their water bottles throughout. The instructors really ensure that they stay hydrated. As soon as they come back from their activities, they're given lemonade or nimbu pani or, and so on, and they are hydrated throughout the day. So the slip-in shoes instead of sandals, like Subbu said, ideally not recommended. We want something that has ankle support, because it can lead to a higher risk of injury or a fall. But if you are comfortable playing in it and it's something that you are used to, then sure. No, so kids are not forced to eat, anything that they don't want to. And like I said, if there's a certain list of things that they don't eat or don't like to eat, that's also fine, and you can share that with us. But that's why we do buffet style meals so that there are multiple options for every meal, and the kids will be required to eat something, because otherwise they are not going to have the energy for the program, and the chances of them falling sick are higher. But if there's a snack, like if we're serving samosas one day and they don't want to eat it, that's totally fine. But we don't want them also to skip meals and just fill up on like biscuits or something that we're just giving as small snacks versus their main meals. Okay, anyone else? Okay, I think then we're good to go. Thank you all so much for your time. Again, you all have my number, so if any other questions come up, please feel free to message me. So, ma'am, there aren't any alternatives to Cebu. Can you pull up this?
Sleeping bags is something that we kind of recommend because it's more comfortable for the children in the night. But in case if they're not used to it, they don't have to use it like a typical sleeping bag. They can just open the zip all the way till the down and use it like a bed sheet. So, and there is also fans and everything inside the tent. And in the mornings, somewhere around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it also get slightly chilly. Sure, we can just share the rucksack links.
Also, I'm assuming since you recommend carrying sleeping bags or providing them, there's no sheet that they can use, right? That's not provided. It's just the sleeping bag. Or can they bring a sheet if they're more comfortable laying it out and covering themselves with a light sheet?
Absolutely. So this is also something that is called a sleeping bag liner, which is again easily available in Decathlon. And this is something, in case if the children are carrying their own sleeping bag, there's no necessary for it because it's their personal one, right? So in case if they're planning to use the camp one just for an extra layer of hygiene, they can carry this sleeping bag liner, and that will be a base layer. And on top of that, they can use the sleeping bag.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Aditi is sharing her number in the chat, and it's the same number that you have been receiving the messages for the orientation as well. In case of no questions, thank you all for joining on a Sunday morning. Going forward, we'll be sending out messages to you in the WhatsApp channel. That's where you would be receiving the departure message. And this is a message that you would ideally get like 2 days before the departure date. And please make sure that you're following that channel and keep checking it towards the closer to the dates of the group. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.